Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of our Breitling Squad Talk. Today, I have the pleasure to welcome a squad of experts testing the watch. All of them are watch experts and watch lovers, and they've had the chance to experience the Super Chronomat for some time now on their wrists. Joining us today for an exclusive panel discussion are Christian van der, a pilot and leading figure in the Breitling Owners Club, Watches of Switzerland CEO and industry powerhouse Brian Duffy, and finally Nick Sullivan, creative director at Esquire and editor of its must-read watch column, Dialed In. Gentlemen, it's a real pleasure to see you all. Thanks for being here to talk about the Super Chronomat. First of all, please tell me which Super Chronomat you've been wearing. Why don't we start with you, Christian?
I'm wearing a black dialed Super Chronomat with the UTC module.
Nick?
I'm wearing the blue dial with the blue bezel and the beautiful rubber strap.
And Brian?
I'm wearing the Super Chronomat 44 1461-day calendar and a beautiful black rubber Rollo strap. Stunning.
Nick, from a style perspective, which design details leap out at you instantly when you see this watch, and why?
Well, that's an easy ask. It's the rubber strap, the rouleau pattern is really beautiful. It feels iconic and modern, but it also adds an element of elegance that you don't usually get with such a functional watch. But I also love the color of the blue. It wears really easily, even though it's a strong and beefy watch. It doesn't feel as big as it is.
Christian, as a long-time collector, can you see how this new design is rooted in the Breitling history?
Absolutely, Georges. There are some iconic design details that instantly remind me of some of the earlier Breitling designs from the 80s and 90s. Obviously, the UTC module with the second dial is beautiful. Then, of course, you've got the rider tabs, which are an iconic, classic Chronomat style. Of course, the total size is beefier, it's bulkier, and it's a really strong presence on the wrist. Tremendous heritage in a modern feel.
Brian, what does this new updated Super Chronomat design deliver for your customers?
You know, George, last year's Chronomat launch really cemented the importance of these functional but elegant all-purpose mechanical watches. But what I think our customers were maybe holding out for was an even bolder expression of that, and this Super Chronomat 44 really fits the brief perfectly. It suits the need of that more adventurous client for sure.
Nick, what does a watch like this say about the wearer? What sort of message does it give?
Well, George, I think it definitely conveys a sense of purpose and self-confidence. There's quite a bit going on, but it still has an authentic, a restrained feel which shows off the wearer's discerning self. This watch is more than up to your daily grind. For an everyday sports watch, it's bold and it's a very stylish choice.
Brian, being the CEO of Watches of Switzerland, obviously you're selling some absolutely fantastic brands and iconic products. Why do you think that watches like this always seem to work?
I think a watch like this works, three important areas. I think functionally the watch needs to do what you want it to do in whatever you're going to be doing in life or sports or whatever it may be. And this watch does everything. It's a chronograph, it can be a diver's watch. In addition, it's got a moon phase and has a calendar that lasts, or you only have to set 1461 days. So what doesn't it do functionally? It's fantastic. And then, as Nick has been saying, aesthetically, it really is eye-catching. It's very, very attractive. The ceramic bezels are gorgeous. The risers just add that other element of interest to it.
Nick, does the Super Chronomat reflect, in your opinion, kind of shift of watches men are looking for right now?
Yeah, I think people most of all right now need authenticity and integrity in their watches, and that's where the Super Chronomat really delivers. It's a real statement. It's luxurious, it's elegant, it's modern, but it has a weighty ruggedness that people are really looking for.
How, Brian, do you think it sits, or that particular product sits alongside our existing chronograph watches?
The Super Chronomat 44 is a supercharged version of the Chronomat. And even though it's, you would say, bulked up in the 44mm case, you can still see that strong original DNA coming through. it really completes the Chronomat family.
Christian, you as a pilot, could you see yourself wearing this in a cockpit?
I plan to, George. It's a do-everything watch. The UTC module is going to help with dual time zones. The chronograph obviously is useful for timing things, and I can't wait to put it through its paces. I think that any experience would feel more like an adventure wearing a Super Chronomat.
It was great to hear from Christian, Brian, and Nick firsthand, and to discover how much they like Breitling and the new Super Chronomat.